Posted up in Cairns right now, up in northern Australia. I don't know if you guys watched the last video I made, but I was a little followed. I was on my way up here. Now I'm finally here. And yeah, the weather's been kind of shit the past days, but it's alright now. Finally have some time to skate. So the reason that I'm making this video today is because I would love to talk to you guys about a certain term that popped into my head recently. And the term is known as serendipity. I'm not sure if any of you guys are familiar with that term, but in a way you could say life in general is serendipity. A bunch of different things happen. We don't always know why they happen at the specific time of them happening, but you know, it all ends up leading into something. You could almost say it's the reason that I'm standing here in northern Australia at this skate park right now, completely by myself. I didn't used to know anybody here in northern Australia until a couple days ago. So let me tell my story and I'll begin skating a little bit. Let's get some shit. So the skate park is kind of overwhelming. Like, it just has heaps of shit. Like, I haven't even shown you guys half of it, even from the other shot. I'm just gonna skate this for now. Who knows, maybe I'll move on to some other shit, but for now I'm just gonna skate this. So this is a real story, something that actually happened to me a couple years ago, but I'd just like to share it with you guys because I feel like it could help a lot of people out there gain some more perspective about their own lives and about their own situations and about how serendipity kind of works if you just kind of take a step back and look at the big picture of life. I'm just going to be reading straight out of my journal here. So, most things in life are connected without us even thinking about them being connected. The entire reason why I've started to be fond of traveling alone, hence why I'm here in Australia by myself now, was simply started from a moment that I didn't understand. It all goes back to the spring of 2021. I'd been working a 9-to-5 job for a year and a half, and I'd been planning to go see some of Europe with some of my best friends. We were planning on going away for around 2 to 3 months, so it was one of those longer journeys. We used to talk about this trip all the time back when we were in high school, so naturally it was something that I'd been looking forward to for a very long time. I'd been saving for a while too, so I was really just getting prepared to go out in the world with my friends and see the world and experience it for what it is. And then all of a sudden, one day about 2 months before we were supposed to go on this trip, they both canceled on me the same day for their own separate reasons. At first, I tried to swallow it and be nice, but the feeling of betrayal is just too big for me to handle. So a series of events happened between us, and I just ended up not talking to them from one day to another. I was very angry, with an underlying feeling of sadness. How could someone I'd known for almost my whole life do such a thing against me? I probably spent a couple weeks after that moment in grief. I couldn't fathom it. I didn't understand it. There was a sense of revenge inside myself. I wanted to get back at them somehow, but I didn't know how. After a little bit of thinking, I figured the best way to get back at them would be to still go on the trip and then prove to not only them, but also myself, that I could still have a successful trip without them. So the day came, and I left Denmark by myself on a flight to Barcelona. I was a bit scared. I'd never really traveled alone before, but I quickly realized after traveling around Spain for a couple weeks that I was perfectly capable of traveling by myself. Before I knew it, the 2 months had flown by and I was on my way back to Denmark after traveling on my own with my skateboard. I definitely had a lot of reflection time on this trip. Something else that I realized on this trip was that it was just pointless for me to keep on holding on to this feeling of anger that I had previously felt. I befriended my friends as soon as I got back to Denmark. I was very happy to be in contact with them again, but I'd felt a slight change in my body. I didn't quite feel attached to them like I used to. I was more individual. I felt a feeling of being able to accomplish anything I wanted to by myself. Pretty much my entire perspective on life had changed. And because of this incident, I had the courage to go explore the world by myself, meet new people by myself, work more on myself, be myself, and much more. This was a true moment of serendipity. What I didn't first understand turned out to be a life-changing moment for me. The moral of the story is to not spend too much time focusing on the negative aspects that life sometimes shows us, because most of the time, something beautiful will come out of it, even though it might not make sense at first. I believe everything happens for a reason. We just don't know the reason sometimes. Sometimes it'll show immediately, sometimes it won't, and sometimes it won't show at all. That's just how life is. Sometimes we just need to take a step back and think about all the different dots that may not seem connected at first, but yeah, and somehow they're all connected, even though it doesn't make sense at times. If you connect the dots, one thing pretty much always leads to another, and you wouldn't be where you are today if that one negative thing and that one positive thing hadn't happened. Anyways, I hope you guys are having a great day, and I hope you guys are doing whatever you guys love doing. I've been kind of reflecting on my life while I've been here in Cairns. Everything's been kind of up and down for me, but I've begun to have a good time here, but I think I'm also ready to leave soon. Let me know in the comments if you guys have any moments that you believe were caused by serendipity or led from one thing to another.